Hey all, I'm here at SiGMA Americas, and I'm here with Nicolai from Bazoom. We're going to talk about link building, SEO, and opportunities, specifically in iGaming and a little bit in crypto. You guys are from Denmark. Tell me a little bit about the company, what you guys do, and who you do it for.
Yeah, we're from Denmark. Eventually, we started out in Aarhus. So we're working with link building, and we started out just covering the Danish market, and then we could see that we could really make a difference within this market, especially with we are looking at it where we're trying to create like a hassle-free experience. So we right from the start we focused on Denmark, and then we tried to cover the Scandinavians, so like Sweden, Norway, Finland. Then we moved to Germany, and the good thing about this is like in the affiliate world that it's pretty easy to scale to other markets. We could do it all from Denmark. Then time went by, and we opened an office in Malaga to cover more markets, and then we're having an office in Copenhagen and one in Serbia as well, and opening up on Malta later on this year. And myself just relocated to Miami, because that we could see that the trend within the iGaming world and the crypto world, as you mentioned, is going towards America and the markets over here because of the regulations, of course. So now we're trying to cover the most of Europe, the States, Canada, and also focusing a bit on LATAM. But the main focus is on the US market and on the European market.
So you guys have gone from a very local Danish company, scaled up globally to Europe, Americas. How has that journey sort of impacted you in terms of the ability to be able to scale up from small to large clients? And also, what are some of the challenges in scaling up that you think you guys have overcome, faced, and really developed solutions for?
I mean, at first it's the language. So you went from being only Danish employees to having the first international employees. So you need to adapt to that, you know. So now it's just in English, everything. So that's one of the first struggles you occur. And then just having offices all around might be a struggle as well. But on the other hand, once you just kind of dip your toes into a new market, open the new office, it's just easier to go internationally and globally, which is really nice because, like mentioned, in this world the pace is fast and you have to adapt really quickly. So for us it has been really good that we at an early stage went international. You know, got international employees, looked across the Danish borders, because even though the Danish market is big, when you are in the market, it's just like at some point you need to go outside of that market. So I mean, one of the difficulties about scaling is you need to, the environment and the culture and the DNA you have in your company, you have to spread it out. You have to make sure that you work in the same way with all the clients. You don't need the weak spots, and then you have the value chain in the company, which is, in the beginning it was easy because you could handle it all yourself. You're like the jack of all trades. So on one thing is like, okay, you have to divide the company into different divisions to make it like, we always looked at it like we would be there for the quantity of it. Like we're trying to make the Amazon within link building, if that makes sense, like taking a fragmented market, migrate it into one platform to make it hassle-free in general. So what we're working a lot with, and we can see that's like, every time you increase the revenue and increase the amount of, in this case, articles, links that we are distributing, we can see that it puts pressure on the back end. So that's that. I mean, a lot of the time we're spending that on increasing the capacity on the back end, because we do have like a good income of new clients, which is good. But on the other hand, it's like you're always fixing troubles on the back end. And as you asked about regarding the bigger clients, I mean, you always seek for the biggest clients. Like, okay, I want to get into that market, and if we can have that client, the luck will be done. So what we experienced and are experiencing down the road is that, you would like the big clients, but then again, big clients come with big demands. So that puts a lot of pressure on that. But that's also helping you growing the business, because then the bigger demands, you put in bigger demands on you and yourself.
Well, it's cool because you had that experience going from smaller clients, local, to global clients. And I'm assuming the technology, the back end that you've just described in terms of expanding and building more capability has really helped in your ability to service larger clients and service global environments. Tell me about the technology and the differentiators around what you do and how you do it.
Yeah, well, we went from Google Sheets, so yeah, you all start somewhere, and then we kind of looked at the market like, okay, a lot of things going on online. They are looking toward the software as a service and that kind of stuff, like platforms. So we did the same, and we went from like a pure sales organization to more or less pivoting into a SaaS solution. So yeah, I mean, the transformation has been really good because now we as a company can scale not by hands but by technology, which is far more effective, both on the cost side and on the scalability side. So we went in general from being sales orientated to now we are looking into, okay, what are the client's needs, and then we're trying to develop that into the software or the platform, as we can call it.
So the mixture of strategy, client management, and automation through technology, which allows you to scale.
Yeah, it is. And then the difficulties about being a tech company. We're not a tech company yet, but I mean, we're moving towards that because it has a bigger and bigger impact in the company. Is that okay? It's harder to scale on technology in the pace. It's easier to scale fast when you're doing sales. It's like, yeah, work harder and smarter, whatever. When it comes to technology, it's like, you know, the hard coding stuff. Like, so if you're a salesperson, that might get boring at times to wait for new developments. But then on the other hand, we can see that all the things that we develop just brings so much value for the clients that is the reason of the success of the company, that we bring in something new to the table that hasn't been there before, at least for the niche that we're working with.
You're building a technology augmented service company which allows you to scale and have more efficiency and more benefits for your clients. Let's talk about your clients for a bit. Tell me some more about the type of clients that hire you and that work with you, and also some of the verticals and specializations that the company has.
Yeah, well, basically we are working with the SEO field, so everyone working with SEO, they know that at some point they need to look into link building. And especially the markets like where we are today, where you have the affiliates, you have the operators within iGaming, you have the cryptos. For that markets, which is high competitive, especially on organic search, that's where we can bring in real value. And often you see all the attendance here, and in general in this market, like I mentioned earlier, it's easy to scale to other markets, and that's where we can really bring in value, because then beforehand you had to go and knock door by door on medias worldwide and handle all kind of contacts. So now it's like we are one point of contact into doing link building, which is like, it is a time demanding work. So now you kind of outsource it. So I mean, we kind of say, like, it was like before supermarket came in, you have to buy bananas over there and coconuts over there and whatever. So now we are the grocery store of link building. So the clients we work with, they are, like I mentioned, they are looking for the SEO. So we're basically only SEO.
So SEO, link building, it's as much of an art as it is a science, and having specialization in different verticals, especially iGaming here at SiGMA Americas, gives you an advantage. Tell me some more about the process and how you approach link building for iGaming clients.
Well, like I mentioned, we are like a supermarket, so we're primarily targeted the professionals who knows what they are looking for, and then we're trying to make a solution for those guys. That's why we are continuously putting more and more demands on our own shoulders, because we need the bigger and bigger clients where there comes the bigger demands. So I mean, what we bring to the table is that you get a more transparent experience by doing this, because it is like the Wild West at some point doing the link building, because there is a lot of smaller companies out there. It's easy to get started because you practically just go and call some media and say, hey, can we be the reseller for you guys? So we're putting it more into structure, into a formula, and making it a non-transparent world. So the way that we approach companies is that, as I mentioned, we do have a lot of inbound, because it's like it even though it's a big world, it's a small world when it comes to SEO. So everyone is like, and everyone is changing job around, and then it's word of mouth and so on. And then we go to the conference like this one, which is really good because we get to meet people. I mean, you can do so much behind the screen, but we love to go out and talk to people, and that's where we learn we can bring even more value into the system that we're building.
Well, it sounds like you're your learnings are becoming customized automation in your technology, which allows you to have more advantages for your clients.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, we tend to look at it like, okay, we could have so many ideas, but at the end of the day, it is the client who decides. So if the majority of the clients are looking for some tools or features or whatever, that is of course what we're going to work with. And then we're like, we would rather do something like 90% and then get going than continuously trying to make it better and better and better, and then at the end of the day release it, and then you can see, okay, no clients really needed that. So we are, I guess that's one of the reasons that we grow in the pace we do. I mean, we do get some hits down the road, but we would rather get hit than not get going.
Well, and you've grown rapidly, again, from Denmark to the global scale. I imagine a lot of those learnings, the best practices, you're able to iterate. And it's a changing space, like the rankings and the placements and all of those details are evolutionary. It's never just static, right? So you're always experimenting and learning and then programmatically addressing that in your solution. That's a differentiated approach and a differentiated capability that I think a lot of the service companies don't have.
I mean, and we have to adapt. I mean, when you're looking at the global market, of course, they are not like each other, and you have an idea from the beginning. Okay, we want to work with this, and we want to do it like this, and then you see down the road. Okay, could we cover more, and could we cover more? And sometimes you need to do something that wasn't the plan initially, but then you see from the movements and you see from the regulations and so on, because that's a big factor in this world as well, both when you're talking about crypto and when you're talking about iGaming and different markets. There is regulations, and there is just different metrics all around, different cultures, and again, working with people, you get people from Spain, you get from Serbia, you get from the United States and Denmark, whatever. People just have different, mindsets and so on, different cultures. So you have to adapt that.
A lot of that placement and link building is culturally based in terms of where they place. So we're in SiGMA Americas. We're here because there's new regulation. The Canadian market opened up. What are you seeing in terms of opportunities in this new environment?
Well, we always call USA including Canada, but we look at that market like it was Europe opening up country by country when they open up state by state. Like Canada was opening up the states, Ontario and so on, and New Jersey was opening up, etc. So we are always behind the affiliates and the operators. So whenever markets open up, the affiliates and operators, they tend to go there. We go there because then we know, okay, so a new market open up comes with new possibilities within SEO. So that's kind of the reason why we're here, of course, that all the markets are opening up, and the COVID, pushed that in this direction. Same goes for LATAM, where they are opening up as well, Brazil and so on. So we just see a lot of opportunities, both for us and of course for all the clients, that they are opening up like blue ocean markets. They become red ocean really quickly because everyone knows that this is, where it happens. So when California opens up, it's blue ocean, but still, it becomes red ocean rapidly. And then we can see, on the other hand, that all the operators and affiliates from the States who were used to doing it one way, they can see they are getting pushed by the European actors now, who did it they are more into SEO, link building, that kind of stuff. So now they are pushing the more online appearance, right? So when the regulated markets opens up, it becomes online games okay, online betting's okay. Now everyone has to go online. So that's why it's a good place for us at least to be. That, okay, the European guys, they are pushing it here. So and we are 2, 3, 4 years behind in terms of being global online. So it's a full pace for it.
Open market, boots on the ground gives you the insights you need. That's great. One last question about the company in terms of, you mentioned crypto and Florida. What is where do you see the opportunities in crypto in the U.S. market specifically as it relates to visibility in link building?
Well, first of all, I'm from Denmark. I recently moved to Florida, so in my world, I only saw Crypto.com because they were on the TV. But apart from that, I haven't really dipped my toes into crypto. But then I moved to Florida, and I can see that crypto is all over here. You can even pay with cryptos. I guess you can that in Europe eventually also. But anyways, crypto is super huge, and we can see that it's evolving in like a pace that we were not used to from Europe. So this is something we're adapting to as well, and talking with a lot of crypto companies. It's just like another world you take into. I mean, you have the crypto currencies, Bitcoins, Ethereum, whatever. Then you have the NFTs and metaverse, which is still like a gray area for me, who has had to understand that part. But yeah, I mean, for us, the crypto is not that far from what we've been doing with the fintech and so on companies that we're helping in the first place.
Well, last question. How are you finding SiGMA Americas?
Oh, well, we're really good. We've been to SiGMA Malta as well, so high expectations, and yeah, we like it. And we love to come to SiGMA because, yeah, you meet a lot of interesting people within the same markets that you're in. So yeah, it's super good, and we have to be here.
Good time to be here. Boots on the ground, new market. Thank you so much for talking about the opportunities and the new market trends. We'll see you at more SiGMA events.